Games should be for everyone. You hear it all the time. I agree with this statement. However, sometimes it feels like people are implying something else when they're saying this, or they just outright say it differently, as in, every game should be for everyone. And that's where you lose me. Let me get out ahead of this and say that I think that accessibility options are great. From visibility or audio options to controller customization, there are plenty of ways developers have made games more accessible for those that need assistance with certain aspects. To me, this is an entirely different conversation, and it would be pretty silly to argue against it. Keeping budget in mind, when things can be tuned to accommodate more people without compromising the spirit of the game, it should be done. However, like I said, this is not what I'm talking about. What concerns me is when people use this phrase to criticize a game that isn't inclusive enough of their specific desire. The spark that constantly reintroduces this topic is From Software releasing a new game. Now, wait, how about wait. I'm not going to make this video all about Dark Souls, I swear, though I would love to. FromSoft doesn't make games that are for everyone, and that's okay. If you're intrigued by various aspects such as the lore, or the art style, or the exploration, but you can't quite get past the way the game plays, for instance, the game just isn't for you. Their games are very intentionally designed to be experienced in a certain way. Improvement through failure is a key motivator. You can't just remove that aspect by slapping on an easy mode and calling it a day. That undermines the entire process. I believe in the case of a Souls game, an easy mode would absolutely negatively affect those that aren't even playing on that difficulty level. Their games are a community effort. Everyone is in it together, trying to overcome challenges on an equal playing field as their friend. Discussing your progress and the journey you've had comparing it to others is a huge part of why I love their games. That's the game From Software wants to make. To use an opposite example, I could bring up a game I'm likely not going to play. Diablo 4 is coming out later this year. It looks good. I tried Diablo 3 multiple times because I think it looks cool. I tend to enjoy loot-based games, and the deep character customization and class building tickles my fancy. However, as I've come to realize all 3 times that I've tried to play it, it's just not for me. To make it for me, I'd probably have to call up Blizzard and be like, listen, can you take the camera down a little bit, kind of just do one of these over-the-shoulder things, maybe make it look like God of War. Also, you can't let me auto attack, okay? No more of that. These are key issues that I can't get over, and they totally don't bother the millions of people who love this franchise. Diablo will be a series that lays just outside my grasp, despite being very interested in it. That's the game Blizzard wants to make, and I'm okay with that. Similarly, I've always been interested in the Gran Turismo franchise. It's beautiful. I love the attention to detail and the care taken with the vehicles. After playing Gran Turismo 5 for 20 hours or so and then played GT Sport for like 10 maybe, I've just gotta let it go. I haven't even tried 7. I'd love to be able to just wildly drift around corners like in a Burnout game, but it's just not gonna happen. So I don't think if I called up Polyphony and asked them about that, they'd take my request very seriously. The realism and the difficulty of the driving just isn't for me. However, you guessed it. That's the game that Polyphony wants to make. Not every game can cater to everyone. It would be detrimental to the creativity and diversity of games if they did. The most interesting products come out of choosing very specific ideas and perfecting them. This goes for mechanics, perspectives, difficulty levels, and even art styles too. There's so many games out there to enjoy. Let's not get hung up on a certain one and beg for it to be bent to your will so that you can enjoy it. Here's where it gets a little gray. Pokemon. While writing this, I came to the conclusion that I'm being hypocritical. Or am I? I've complained about Pokemon games for a decade now, claiming that they're poorly designed, too easy, ugly, among other things. Is that me projecting my desires on the series, or is it just bad? That's a hard question to answer. You could look to the sales numbers to prove that I am in fact an idiot and incorrect. And I'm doing exactly what I'm complaining about. Clearly people don't care about my gripes though, since Pokemon is still a sales behemoth year after year. I do think it would be reasonable for me to just throw up my hands and admit Pokemon just isn't for me like I've been describing this entire video. Maybe I'm part of the problem. Maybe I need to stop fueling the war on Pokemon. Will I? I don't know. I might be too stubborn to take my own advice here. So, have I changed your mind on anything? Have I reinforced an opinion that you already held? Do you want more videos like this? Be sure to let me know. Thank you for watching. Until next time, have a good one. Thank you to all of my patrons over at patreon.com/doubleguns for continuing to support me and all of the strange things that I do. Max Factor, Hookie, Inoff, Echo, and Scion, thank you. Also, I totally just realized that I'm an idiot and had my face on my other monitor here throughout this video, so that's fun.